Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to go over everything you can be doing daily, weekly, and monthly for maximum guild profits. Everything from custom deliveries to unreals, we'll go over how much you can make just purely from doing what's offered in the game. With that being said, let's get into it. So to start, a few of these are level and MSQ locked. I'll add level and expansion requirements to each section, so even if you're not max level and are still moving throughout the story, you can still find a routine that fits for you. But now let's start off with gathering. With gathering, you have daily maps. Now what are daily maps? Maps are from any expansion, whether you would gather them with botany, mining, or fisher. Again, each expansion has its separate maps, and just because you're not in Endwalker doesn't mean you can start now. A lot of the ARR Reborn maps actually sell quite well, and of course we'll go over each and every single one of these maps and which ones are worthwhile. But again, from ARR Reborn all the way to Endwalker, you can go ahead and start getting your daily maps. Now what I do recommend is going ahead to nodes and just not gather anything, just go from 1 to 1 to 1 and see if you will hit a node that has a map already in it to go ahead and speed up the amount of time that it takes to go ahead and get the map. Because maps are a hidden item, it's not always there when you go ahead and gather, so you may have to go from 1 to 10 nodes or 5 to 10 minutes before you can get a map. But again, this is daily, and of course, if you want to know where each and every single one of these maps are located, you can come here to the map list that I have. I will also make a video going over each of the maps and which are the best ones to run and which ones are the best to sell. But you can also go here to pricing mode and easily see by filling prices based on your market board, you can easily see which map is most worthwhile. And for me, at the moment, the Pay Skin map is, which is an Realm Reborn map. Other than that, the Gazelle skin map, which is from Storeblood, is also really good at 60k. But to see where you can go ahead and mine them, you can't exactly click here. For some reason, it's kind of broken, so you do have to go click on the map icon, come here to this list, and click on Gamerscape. This will bring you to the Gamerscape website, and from here, you can see exactly where you can go and get the map from logging, harvesting, mining, and querying. And if you can fish the map, it'll show you exactly where and what is required to go ahead and get the map. Also, it is worth noting that this is a daily map, meaning you can only gather one of these maps per day. Doesn't matter if it's in a different expansion or a different level, only one map per day, so make sure that you're gathering the most expensive map you can. Also, if you want to store maps, you can do it one per retainer, one in your bag, and one in your chocobo saddlebag. If you have a buddy you trust, you can also trade them the map and they can mail it to you. You can have 10 or 20 maps inside your mailbox, if your mailbox is of course not full and you have the space for that. And with crafting, we can go ahead and go with Levequests. Now, Levequests are only really viable if you're already at Endwalker. Any Levequests before this don't offer that good of a guild reward, so therefore Endwalker is preferable. Now, I do have a separate video all about Levequests. If you're interested in that, you can go ahead and click up to the right. But overall, I have a list that has all the best Levequests, aka which are the cheapest Levequests to give you the most amount. Typically, you're gonna get back around 10k per Levequest if you are crafting high quality, which you should be crafting high quality, because you get double the reward. Now, per day, every 24 hours, you get 6 Levequests. So each day you have 6 allowances, and therefore per day you have a potential of 60k gil. Doesn't sound like a crazy amount, but with this I have 100 Leve allowances. I know I really should get on that, but with just 100 I can go ahead and make 1 million gil from again 100 allowances. I usually do the Mountain Steeped Levequest, which is the Saivo Nuvanus at high quality, and here I go getting 10k easily just like that. Now let's go ahead with retainer missions. To start off with the daily missions, you can go ahead and potentially get a whole load of minions that are worth quite a bit. With the final phase you collect, you can go ahead and see what exact missions you need per minion, as well as seeing the average price per minion. Some are a lot better than others, such as the Waterside Exploration number 28. Now Waterside, meaning this uses a fisher retainer, others require a botanist or a job retainer, but of course you can go ahead and see how much per retainer you can potentially receive. Potentially meaning it is a chance that you get the minion. It is not guaranteed, but per sending it out daily, this is not so bad. For hourly, you can come over here to Teamcraft and put in your retainer and easily see how much you can potentially get per hour. Now of course, make sure that these items sell. Obsidian, I'm not sure if it sells quite often, but you can go ahead and check by clicking the market board information and seeing, yeah, just on my server this is overpriced because not very many people buy this or mine this, so go ahead and take a look at some other items. So the Sharlayan Roxel is definitely more believable. It is a level 81 task, and you can see exactly what level you need and how much you will get per hour, and easily 40k per hour just by sending out my retainer on a venture. Next up, of course, is the Doman Enclave. Now, of course, you can get 40k per week just by doing this, but what I do recommend is keeping any gold pieces that you get from retainer ventures. That way you can go ahead and vendor them here in the donation basket. Now, of course, to get 40k per week, you do have to finish the quest line fully, and you do have to be in Stormblood to go ahead and unlock the Doman Enclave. But once you have all that, you can go ahead and start getting 40k per week. Next are custom deliveries. Now there is a custom delivery system for each expansion, but I do recommend Theory Element's video on custom deliveries. He goes ahead and shows how to unlock each custom delivery system in each expansion in great detail. But I will make a note that in Endwalker, the custom delivery system is a bit different. It is not a weekly reset, it is a one thing and done, more alike to job specific quest story lines. But do keep in mind with Endwalker 6.15 we will get the updated custom delivery system, which will probably result in the weekly collectibles. But for every other expansion, you do get an opportunity to go ahead and get 6 deliveries per week, and this is a mixture of crafting and gathering. You don't get much raw guild, but you do get plenty of XP and plenty of crafting scripts, which you can go ahead and buy either materia or crafting materials. Now moving on to the combat side of things, first off is Wondrous Tales. Now of course, I will go ahead and have a separate section in the video for each of these unlocks where you can go what quest is needed, but of course, Wondrous Tales is a great thing to do weekly. You can get your journal here from Chloe, and every week you have the opportunity to go ahead, do roulettes, dungeons, specific trials, etc. to get seals. Now the great thing about these seals is that you have a pretty good opportunity to get some pretty good rewards. The most basic reward would be some XP, but since I'm on a job that has max level, it's not shown here. But you also get a bit of poetics and a Kambira skin map. Now, as the rewards progress, they do get a lot harder to get. That's why the gold certificate and the silver certificates are the best ones. The Troll, Calidontis, and Citatus whistles are all around 8 to 9 million per one, and you only need 1 gold certificate to get one. For silver certificates, the Wind Up Omega M, F, and Brave New Ryanje, these are all around 200 to 300k each. For the bronze certificates, the Dress Up and Wind Up minions are around 10 to 20k, but really make sure that what you're buying is the most expensive. Even if you have a certificate but don't necessarily want to go ahead and sell something on the market board, there are some really cute clothing items and stuff that is untradeable that is only from these certificates, or sometimes they do come back with Moogle events, but you can get these on demand here. But again, getting a good sticker run is solely dependent on your luck, so it is not a immediate steady flow of income, but it is something great to try every week, and it is quite fun to get all these duties done. The next thing is Unreal Trials, which you can get right next to Chloe from the Foe Commander. Of course, again, I will go over on how to unlock it specifically in the next section, but overall you need to finish the 5.0 MSQ, and once you unlock that and clear your Unreal Trial, you can gain access to the Faux Hollows minigame. You can also get a second chance at the Faux Hollows minigame if you get a sword, which offers you a retelling, aka another run to go ahead and try the minigame. But if you're lucky with the minigame and you manage to get a fox 2 times in a row, you can get 100 seals per 1 fox. But of course, the mounts are actually quite a lot in terms of the Faux Hollow points, but it also reflects the rarity in the guild price. The troll mount goes for around 8 to 9 million, so does the Calidontis and the Incitatus, and the construct can go all the way up to 10 million. A bit cheaper are the minions. The Anteater goes for around 6 to 11 million depending on your server. The Sandfox goes for around 6 to 8 million, and the Lesser Panda and the Corpicore Kid are a lot cheaper, and personally I don't recommend buying these. They go for around 100k on the market board. I would rather save those points and get something bigger. Next would be the Coral Beach Women's Wear Coffer and the Coral Beach Men's Wear Coffer. Both of these cost 250 Faux Hollows, and the women's wear contains the Beach Halter, the Coral Beach Pareo, and the Coral Beach Tonga. The menswear also contains the Coral Beach Halter, the Coral Beach Briefs, and the Coral Beach Maro. Now, nobody really buys these coffers at all, so I personally wouldn't go ahead and post them on its own, but if you crack one open, you're able to sell these pieces separately. And from what I've seen, the women's wear coffer tends to sell for a lot more than the menswear, and if you're lucky, one coffer can equal to around 1 million, but of course it depends on your server. Next, for also 250 faux leaves, you can get the cashmere attire coffer. Now again, usually people don't buy the attire coffer since the items inside usually cost a lot less, but you sometimes do get people, but it's not very often. The cashmere hood is around 40k, the cashmere poncho goes for around 386 to 286, and the cashmere slops go for around 20k. So by far not the best one. If you're gonna buy a coffer, I think the coral one is the way to go for women's wear, and for 250 faux leaves, it's actually not that bad, but again, I would just go ahead and save for the mount. So now let's go over how to unlock each of these sections. First up are treasure maps, and you do need to be at least level 36, but you can pick up the quest Treasures and Tribulations from Heloooo in Lanoscea. For Levequests in Old Sharlayan, you can go ahead and unlock this. In Old Sharlayan, you do need to have the MSQ quest Old Sharlayan New to You done. You can pick up the quest from Greg. To unlock your retainers, you do have to finish the main story quest, The Science of the Seventh Dawn, but you can go to your starting city and pick up the quest An Ill-Conceived Venture. You have to go to the retainer Vocate in any major city and pick up your retainer there. From there you can customize, pick the class, and so forth. But keep in mind with retainers, the level of your retainer depends on your level in that class. So if I am a level 12 Sprout White Mage, but my minor is level 5, your retainer can only go up to level 5, so do keep that in mind. To unlock the Doman Enclave, you need to finish the main story quest, Elation and Trepidation, Short Arms of the Law, Precious Reclamation, and from there, you can unlock 1001 Farewells. You need to follow the questline until the end to fully upgrade your Doman Enclave. It is also by a weekly basis to further upgrade your Enclave. You won't be able to fully finish your Enclave until after a little while. To unlock Wondrous Tales, you need to finish the side quest Keeping Up with the Elapos, and from there you can also unlock the Extreme Trials, Fantastic Mr. Foe. Both of these are in Idleshire, and to unlock Unreals, you do have to unlock Wondrous Tales as well. So that was a daily, weekly, monthly routine you can go ahead and start trying out for maximum guild profits in Final Fantasy XIV. Obviously, you don't need to do everything on this list. It's just a good opportunity to see what exactly is out there. Personally, I haven't done Wondrous Tales until now, and it's actually quite fun, and potentially getting that gold certificate feels pretty good. So again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everyone that supports me on Twitch, Discord, and YouTube. You all keep the channel going. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!